Dropped out?
Yeah, it was like the
Cheers, mate. Thanks for taking
I'm just coming out to queue to give you another kiss.
Thank you.
You just got the light.
Oh, sorry. We'll talk about in the video, sorry. We'll talk about in the video.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Oh, see you in a bit, Gav.
I'll give you about 90 minutes. That's it. Oh, thank you. I knew you've always thought about it. Come on, darling. Well, thank you.
Today, you don't go. Thank you, Kevin.
Cheers, mate. Jason, Candice,
Thank you. Thanks for coming and not staying out.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Oh, you know, next week. All right.
All right, mate.
Come on, you stand there together, you two. Come on.
Thanks, Jared.
Oh, Lee, never mind, Jimmy.
Send it on to
I
Vanessa.
hope I got my penny. You never
Don't worry, just get the insurance. I'll send it to Luke. Limbo.
Okay, I will.
He's with us. Oh God, you shoot too. Sorry.
Good one on the car. Nothing wrong with there, you that's the old
That was when I was almost 52.
One's a skip.
John,
Reading between the lines. Reading between the lines.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for speeches. So, can I have a huge round of applause for the father of the bride?
Testing. Can you all hear me in the back? Can you hear me in the front? Cool.
Here we go.
This is heartfelt, not joking, because I've got two guys going with me. We're going to have loads of jokes. Okay? However, distinguished guests, family, friends, in-laws, outlaws, Benidorm stags, and Ibiza hens. Good afternoon, and on behalf of the top table, may I have the pleasure to welcome you all to Winnie all this evening, which would have been a fine summer evening, which was sunshine. However, we won't have now spirits. We all here today to celebrate Marcus and Candice's wedding. And may I say, what a beautiful couple they do look, don't they? I'd also like to offer a special welcome to Marcus's family and friends who have travelled in excess of 300 miles or so to be here today. I'm sure we're all going to continue to have a wonderful day. Tommy, as father of the bride and within my bailiwick, it is my privilege to give a speech, the first speech of the day. Well, at least I thought it was a privilege, until I realised I'm actually the warm-up act for the groom and the best man. Two rules, boys. ABC, always be confident, and when standing, XYZ, examine your zip. With that in mind, there's a few cliches, but with that in mind, I'll try to be a bit like Ronnie Corbett, short and entertaining. And Claire's also warned me to keep it short because of my throat. She's going to cut it. Having spent a large part of my life living in a house with 5 women, there's been few opportunities when I've been allowed to speak without interruption. And there's even been few opportunities when I've actually been listened to. So please bear with me. I'm a little nervous. I haven't given a speech of this magnitude before, but I do take great comfort in the fact and the knowledge that it's not the first time today I've risen from a warm seat with some folded white paper in my hand. Come on.
And you wish you were there now.
Today is, of course, a celebration, not just of the love that is united Candice and Marcus in marriage, but also the families that are moulded and influenced these lives of these two special people. I know what's coming. But I'd just like to take a brief moment to remember the special people who've been part of Candice's life.
Georgia.
I no longer with us today. Namely, Candice and Nanny, the grand athlete. But I'm sure they're looking down here with a huge smile on their face. They'll be very proud of Candice and Mark today. So guys, can I ask you all to stand and sit with that?
Absent friends and family.
Yeah.
That's there you go. That was always going to be a biggie for me, so good crack. Now, as tradition dictates, Dad should share a few stories about his daughter. I don't know if Candice is nervous or not about what I'm going to say. My job description is to always embrace my children. Anyway, Candice, you can relax because I'm going to wait until the dance floor a bit later on. During my research, and yes, believe it or not, this was research, I looked at the 3 key elements of a wedding day. The first was the aisle, which is the longest walk people would take. The second was the altar, which is the place where 2 become one. And the third, the hymns to celebrate the marriage. I do hope for Marcus's sake, it explains why Candice, who was concentrated throughout the ceremony, whispered to herself time after time, I'll alter him. Candice came into the world on the 26th of April 1988 with a bit of a splash. Honestly, it was a big step. Her birth is a bit of a coincidence because virtually 9 months to the day of that day, it had been my wife's birthday on the 23rd of July. Work it out, what she got for her birthday. I remember when Claire asked me what she wanted for her birthday, I misheard her when she said, just get me socks. And obviously, afterwards, when Candice was born, the midwife came and just said she just looks like you. She turned me around the other way. Fathers are naturally biased about their daughters, and I'm no different to any other father in this room. But I'm sure we all agree that Candice looks absolutely stunning. Yes. Over the past 28 years, it's been a privilege watching Candice blossom from a gorgeous baby to a beautiful woman, as we see before us today. She's continually provided my wife and I with so much happiness and joy, and we've always been proud of her in everything that she does. Thankfully, she seems to have inherited most of the better traits from her mum, and that's true, and maybe it's only one or two from me. You've got your mum's kind nature and patience, you're very reliable, and you're both stunning. And from me, well, apart from your manly sideboards, a lot of other people suffer from wind. Despite her petite and sometimes reserved but girlish appearance, Candice has a surprising inner strength. She's a born organiser. Everyone who knows her knows she's very caring, bubbly, trustworthy, and a huge smile brightens up the darkest of days. However, like a lot of young ladies, you have little regard for money. Mum and Dad's included. It reminds me of a little story when Candice went to university. She attended Sunderland University, which is about, well, you guys down south, 19 miles away. And it was like next door. Like a lot of young people, she wanted her own independence, so she wanted to run the halls of residence. Well, after 3 days or so, phone calls started coming. Crying, upset, sick, didn't want to go to university. I remember saying to Candice, I've been on the shark's back longer than you've been in this bloody halls of residence. Give it a bit more time. A couple of weeks later, the inevitable happened, she was home. It cost me 1,500 quid to bail her out. But I think there may be a little bit of a twist in the story that associated with 3 weeks living away from home, When she moved 300 miles to Canterbury with Marcus, so she was experienced at living away, and I think it's probably helped them. Or perhaps it was just love. Claire herself has obviously nurtured all our daughters. We try to teach them to be individual and give them freedom. And in doing so, be thoughtful and be responsible. They should have a conscience and they should be true to themselves. To this end, Candice, you have not disappointed me. When preparing the speech, I looked at, you may have heard it before, but I found it on the internet. I looked through some loads of old photographs of Candice, which was an inspiration. It was actually both mine and I think Claire's memories, because time passes so quick and we've had so many happy occasions. So the photographs came out, and there was one picture of Candice. She was on the floor in front of her mum, dribbling and gurgling, trying to take a few wobbly steps. And this is one of the few photos we've got of Candice on a hen night. Well, we also have the coordinates and we also have the worm. We've shared many happy times as a family. I vividly remember holding Candice and nursing her as a baby when she was just born. She had a broken leg, couldn't move, so she sat on my knee all the time. And getting a little bit older, trying to get her to go to sleep, she wouldn't have it. I knew there was only going to be one winner, you know. I remember crawling along the hall floor in one of the previous houses we had, looking through the window. She was screaming from her cot. I thought, if I go on the floor and look up, she won't see me. She's seen me. The bottom of the bed went through a cot. The times at school, going in the line when she was young, just before she got the entrance to the school, running out, crying, screaming, she wanted to be with us. Still a drama queen, Candice. Many happy times watching great old films like Captain January. Tom Thumb, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Cinderella. Happy times. It was supposed to be shortest. Tomboy years, everyone knows we've been blessed with 4 daughters. But I did wonder at one stage with Candice, when she went to her boyish stage. A few snaps came earlier on, but honestly, there's loads. Shell suit trainees, trackies, Dr. Martin boots. They're tied back tightly in a bubble. A bit like Sporty Spice, I suppose. Yeah, tomboy. She's been thrown to a few knocks and bumps during her tomboy years. Climbing frame of the schooner with all the other boys, splitting their cheek open and crying butterfly stitches. Swinging on the table, swing with the other boys, knocking herself unconscious in the hospital. It goes on and on. But latterly, used girls, you know, a little fainting bout when she came along and she couldn't hold her drink, really. Candice had a love of music, attended loads of concerts. I myself had the pleasure of going to some as well. For example, Spice Girls. Take that, with Mum shouting to Gary Barlow, she was here for him. To do what with that do I don't know. But there might be a surprise in this next room later on. We might have a Gary Barlow tribute act in. Sorry.
Go on, Dan. Get in there, son. There he is, on the spotlight.
We went to see Girls Aloud. Brilliant. Especially when they did They Can't Speak French and they're all out in the can outfits with the frilly undies and suspenders, which was one for the dads. Candice was a big hearsay fan. Indeed, when they split up, she got in touch with John Craven's news round. Broadcast on television. Since she wanted them to get back together.
I got spoke to my leads on the phone.
She did do a lot of sport at school, hockey, netball, athletics, gymnastics, dancing, and to a reasonably high level where she represented the school in Hartlepool. And I think that's a little bit of sporty side she's got from me. Sorry, Hartlepool and Cleveland. But tradition of the father, giving his daughter away, belongs to days of betrothals and arranged marriages. Daughters were the father's property, and it was right for the father to hand over the responsibility of his daughter to the groom. Now she officially begins a new life with Marcus, to whom she will turn to for love and protection. But she always knows that I'm there for her. Drink.
Take a drink. Dad will always bail me out.
Candice is amazing. Marcus, that leads me nicely onto you, my new son-in-law. And it actually sounds very nice, actually. I'd like to take this opportunity to formally welcome Marcus into our family, even though he's been part of it for a good while now. During the time we've known Marcus, we've come to realise how special he is to Candice. I think you've been with Candice long enough to know what you get yourself into. So and not knowing an awful lot about your past apart from what the guys have told me, I've made a few discreet inquiries to the magistrate's court and police. Anyway, the magistrates had nothing to say, confirm you, not in their books, but the police said that you were very polite when you were guests overnight. For anyone outside of Kent who doesn't know what Marcus does, he's a head teacher, he's a bit of a high flyer and a teaching professional, which I'm really proud of him for doing that. But he's very committed, loyal and caring. Like Candice, he's a person to whom family and friends are very, very important. Ray-Ann, Kim and Daddy, he's a great credit to you, and I know you're very proud of him, as Claire and myself are. Marcus, we're delighted to welcome you to our family. We found you to be a kind, considerate man who deserves a good wife. Thank goodness you married Candice before you found one.
How good is this?
Now, like most fathers, I am still extremely protective of my girls, prepared to fight off anyone who comes near them.
Johnny D.
I took a view that not many men were good enough for my girls, and I was in favour of capital punishment and only tried. And it was with this welcoming atmosphere of open-mindedness when eventually Marcus was introduced as Candice's boyfriend to us, until I realised the boyfriend status. Anyone in his room who managed to be as old as me, and the daughters there have got boyfriends, might understand what I'm going to say. The boyfriend status allows them to do in my house. Leave his clothes all over. Stay in bed till whatever time he wants to. Borrow me socks. Eat us out of the house and home. Drink me beer and dominate the TV control. And when he let me beat him at golf and start complimenting Claire on how good her cooking was, I knew it was getting rather serious. And just as a side, Johnny and Dean, who are Naomi and Darcy's boyfriends, sat here today. Sorry. Naomi, yeah. Don't interrupt, Imogen's coming up in a minute. Don't slack off, you're doing a really good job. But don't get above your station, because I know I'm there. Imogen, not forgetting about you. Make sure you make the right decisions. And remember, whoever you bring home has to go through the interview, and this time there's 4 of us. Marcus, I officially welcome you to our family.
Thank you.
Sticking with tradition, I'm supposed to give some guidance to the newlyweds on how they're supposed to conduct themselves in life going forward. I'm still learning after 30 years. And again, if I just go back to anyone who's been married for a considerable length of time, we're all learning continuously. But as it's a fashion, this day and age, Candice and Marcus have already set up a home together. They learn to live together, and I'm sure there's been a few disagreements thus far. However, if I can put a few worldly wide thoughts in your mind and a couple of anecdotes, you may just take heed of it. If you don't, I'll give you a speech after this. Marriage is very, very, very difficult. But if you love and respect one another, if you're honest with each other, if you talk and you listen to each other, there's times when you need to give each other space. But most importantly, you must trust each other. Candice, Agatha Christie once said before marriage, a man lay awake all night thinking about something that you've said. After marriage, you'll fall asleep before you finish saying it. Although the quote can be a little bit facetious, there may be a sensible interpretation of what she was meaning, and I took my own interpretation from that. Playing the blame game is completely useless exercise. If something goes wrong, think about putting it right, not the other person who was to blame to make it go wrong. Tommy, try not to be recalcitrant. Avoid the quid pro quo status, because tit for tat is futile. Wait up, Tommy. A little joke. And lastly, marriage can be summed up maybe as driving a long road. Be nice and smooth, sometimes slippery. There'll be obstacles in the way, and you go round and round circles. Conditions are sometimes bumpy, and sometimes you can't see through the mist. But think before you cross the line. Be aware of all the signs, and then most importantly, give way. Thank yous. Bridesmaids. Wow. Dancing with you. Candice, what a great choice you made. They resemble you, you look like a beautiful mum, and you're truly handsome dad. Special thanks goes to Naomi as maid of honour. You made our Candice feel a little more special. You did a great job organising the party.
LTC.
12 beautiful two little flower girls, wherever they are now.
Maggie
and Heidi.
Wave your hands. Maggie, Heidi.
You both look gorgeous and so cute. You've been absolutely top-notch, well behaved. Well done. Thanks guys for helping out in the church for what you did. Tom and Dan, basically, thanks for being mates, it's great mates and looking out for them all the time. Louis, you are quite the smartest groom in this room. Look, you all grown up in a nice posh suit as well. And he's had a spare time just like his dad. Massive thanks must be extended to Julie Metcalf. Julie?
Go on, Julie!
Julie's prepared all the wedding stationery that we see here today. Everything, invites, the lot of it. It's unbelievable what this lady's done. So there's a bit of a prompt. If anyone's got any special occasions coming up, well, still Julie Metcalf, you do it. But also, at the 11th hour, come to do repairs to dresses and things. Even today at 20 past 12 in our house, she was round helping Claire do some remedial work. Thanks, Jill.
Thank you, Julie.
Special thanks to Marco and one of his businesses is Elite Limos. He's provided the wedding cards today. Thanks, Marco. To the vicar for the beautiful wedding service. It's a little bit different, but very, well, there was a lot of stuff went on there which I was happy to see. A big thank you to Winnie Hall for allowing us to celebrate today in this exquisite building, for the great food and the ongoing hospitality. And the thank you is to the choir who led in the church, that was Amy Richardson, Candice's friend from school from a long, long time ago, and my nephew Liam's girlfriend. So she provided all that. Now, if you do remember, at the beginning I said I wasn't going to take too much time. And I've gone on far too long. But before I'm finished and toasting newlyweds, I'd just like to remind you a little tale about two groomsmen which I heard before. In fact, I was part of it. Not dissimilar to Dan and Tom, or Tom and Dan.
Dan and Tom.
Big Tommy one day.
When I offered groomsman number one a toast, the groomsman number one was a cheeky one. He said, I'll have a double malt whiskey. I offered groomsman number two, who was teetotal, and he declined, saying, no thanks, I'd rather go with a Scarlet Woman. Groomsman number one promptly handed back his whiskey and said he didn't know he had a choice. So if there's a Scarlet Woman in this building, there's two guys waiting to make it outside later on. My final job this evening, standing here to present this to you, is to propose a toast to the happy couple, and I do that with great, great pride. Here's to the past, for all you've learned. Here's to the present, for all you share. Here's to the future, for your plans together. And here's to love, laughter, and happy ever after. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise, and I give you the toast.
Yeah, we come.
The bride and groom, Mr. and Mrs. Marcus Newing. Thank you very much, guys.
Well, follow that. No pressure. Okay, thank you very much for that, Jeff. That was lovely. As you all know, I'm a very shy lad. Lacks confidence, finds being centre of attention uncomfortable. However, my wife has reassured me all day that said that even if it was only for a few minutes, she'd be more than happy, which is great for me, but a part of me thinks she'll end up regretting those words later on tonight. Steady. Never wait for Jeff. Exactly. So after 234 episodes of Don't Get the Bride, 196 episodes of Say Yes to the Dress, 38,100 miles that we travelled to see each other before we moved together, which was basically about 1.5 times around the world. 3.5 years later, we're finally married. Now, as is custom, there'll be a few toasts during my speech, so please don't neck the whole glass at the first toast. Mentioning no names, Stephanie. Jeff has already said it, but I think it's important for me to say it again. To start with, I'd like to take this opportunity to say, unfortunately, there are some people close to our hearts who cannot be with us today. I know they would have enjoyed it immensely, and our thoughts are with them, and I know their thoughts are with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise your glass to absolutely lost friends and family.
Yeah.
Absolute friend of the family.
Now, on behalf of my wife and I, quite like that. I think so, actually. I would like to start with a huge thank you to everyone here today, every single one of you. I know that some of you have travelled from the other end of the country. I know some of you forked out for new dresses, new suits, new everything, and it really does make it special for us. I know it would be the same without you all here. It would have been a lot cheaper for Jeff, but it does mean the world to us you've been here. Thank you in advance for the generous gifts and cards and that we have received, so thank you. So a big thank you, huge thank you to Jeff and Claire for making today possible. Thank you for making me feel like one of the White family. I enjoyed that a bit too much, actually, being one of the girls. Thank you for bringing us such a lovely daughter and making me also feel so welcome. You've made it very easy for me to do. And also a big thank you for all your help in putting this special day together. We truly couldn't have done it without you. I'll never forget when I first met Jeff. It was quick to see that he was a man of integrity and morals. He sat me down one evening, switched off all but one light in the kitchen. He positioned 2 whiskey tumblers on his kitchen table, poured 2 measures of Talisker whiskey, one much larger than the other, which was weirdly mine, added a splash of tap water, and then proceeded to interrogate me until neither of us could form a sentence. Since then, I've enjoyed joining in with this interrogation process with the bridesmaid's boyfriend, so poor Imogen's boyfriend, honestly. There's been numerous Hartlepool United visits. I mean, Lee, you've been with me on that. It's more of the Arctic conditions than it is a football match. Standing in the stands there, hugging a cup of Bovril to keep ourselves alive. Genuinely thinking that this is just another one of Jeff's tests to see how much of a soft southerner he's got. Then there's Claire. She's the woman who has the patience of a saint and the biggest heart. And I'll speak on behalf of Candice when I say that you are a fantastic mum and a best friend to Candice. Thank you for everything you've done and continue to do.
Yeah.
So throughout everything, I knew from day one this was the family that I wanted to be a part of. I hope I can be everything you want from a son-in-law, brother-in-law and more, and I won't let you down. Okay, so this is going to be the struggling part. So next I'd like to thank the best man here, my dad.
You're all right,
Yeah.
You're all right.
First and foremost, for making it to the actual wedding day. Who on earth would have thought it? I'm going to do the sweepstakes to see if he was going to make it to the day or not. Oh, well, he'll play the cancer card at some point. 4 kilos and counting. So yeah, you've had the toughest fight for the last 2.5 years, and I'm amazed by your strength, resilience, and ability to bounce back when things get tough.
Go on, Sam. There. Go on, Sam.
Move on. Move on.
Just get this next sentence.
Do that simple, Sam.
Right, no, I'll bring it that way. So I want to thank you because you've been my hero since the day that I can remember. You provided me warmth, love, encouragement, and you've also taught me how to not look after my finances. I've done that bit now, it's no more sentimental. For those of you who haven't had the pleasure of meeting my dad, you'll quickly learn that my dad's Bible is the Daily Mail. He leads his life choices through it. Also, please refrain from mentioning anything to do with Bulgaria. As, if you don't know yet, he's unofficially, and I've used the word unofficially there, Bulgaria's ambassador. And he will show you 2,346 photos and videos of a lovely house in a rundown Eastern European community. But it's got a rockery, so... But no, thank you for everything that both you and Queen Anne have done and continue to do for us, including treating us to our amazing honeymoon, which surprisingly isn't to Bulgaria. Sorry? No. Dan, Tom. Did you, which was it? Sorry, wife, what was it? Oh, no.
Both.
No, just Tom.
Wait. You can go there quick enough.
Oh, exactly.
You judge.
Would you mind giving those, who's this going to? Anne? Oh, Dan, no, cool. There you go. I appreciate it. Okay, so thank you to my mum and Danny for everything you've done to help with this special day and the love and support that you give to both Candice and I. I know how much you think of Candice and how much you love her, so thank you. I'd like to thank my mum for sending me to school as a child with sandwiches in a Hovis bag. My brother knows this. Mostly consisting of one slice of bread, jam in it, and it was folded with one hand like this. Now, I know that this makes Candice appreciate me that little bit more. even if it is because she's trained in spotting child abuse. But seriously, thank you. I'd like to everybody just to stand and raise a toast to parents, please. To parents.
Stop smashing it so well.
No, is it over to me yet? Right, so thank you to the bridesmaids, especially Naomi, for all your hard work, effort and support that you've given us recently. You do every day and you've just been amazing and made it all so really special. Dan, would you be able to, Candice, can you point down the direction? Sorry? Silverbacks, please. Thank you for giving Candice the best hen do and getting her back in one piece. Thank you for also making today go as smooth as possible. I'm sure everyone in the room will agree that we've got the best looking bridesmaids in the North East. Yeah. I always remember the first meeting of the White Girls. Difficult to forget, really. Turned up to their house with a huge, we call it discussion in the White House, I call it a huge argument, over who's taken whose bra. That seems to be the typical. Followed by days and days and days of watching dance competitions. I wouldn't have it any other way though, to be fair. Thank you to our gorgeous flower girls. Someone in the room?
Sweet, there's one here.
Oh, you're here, hello. Hello. So for Maggie and Heidi, we've got some presents for you too. Heidi, would you like some money? Huge thank you, I know Jeff has said it already, but to Julie Metcalf for all our hard work with the invites, table placings and everything else that you've done.
The moment she's been waiting for.
So thank you Julie for everything you've done in preparing dresses at the last minute and everything that you've done, thank you. Thank you to Louis, our fantastic usher, who made us all very proud today.
Go on,
I couldn't have asked for a better usher at our wedding, so thank you Louis, it's been great. Now, these two, Tom and Dan, Dan and Tom, special one, and Dan. Thank you to Tom and Dan for organising my stag do, and for all the lads that came and made my stag do as good as it was. However, I use the word organising loosely. I think it was a minor miracle that it all went smoothly, especially as Tom does suffer immensely with special needs. I've known these lads for two lads for over 15 years and I'm still struck by their level of ineptitude. You two boys have always wanted the best for me and I know you both think highly of Candice. Even it has taken Tom 2 years to realise that she's not taking me away from him. Also special mention to Tom, who's soon to become a dad. I know how amazing both you and Jessica will be as parents. And Dan, keep firing those blanks on. I had a platform. Both Candice and I are really lucky with having the best friends that anybody could have. The lads, the LTC, the FTC, up right now. Don't ask, but yeah, we do appreciate it. It's not easy having long distance relationships and you both really support the pair of us, so it's been, we couldn't have done it without you. Thank you to Jade, where is she? She's ridiculously good at her job, making all the girls looking even prettier than they do anyway. For all your hard work with the makeup and everything, you really have made the day special. Thank you very much. Okay. So, finally, and equally as important as everybody else, I'd like to thank you, Candice, for being the most loving, caring, thoughtful and slightly mental person that I've ever met. Ever since we first met, when we were singing hymns, believe it or not, hymns, on the beach in Ibiza with two members of the LTC. Back in 2012, I think it was, I knew we were destined to be together. Even if it was achieved with the help of your unknowingly generous Uncle Stephen, who provided who provided us with a place to stay when we first met in Hartlepool.
About many other people.
That's because I was in Singapore.
Well, this is it. Well, little did he know when he was working away in Singapore, so we were making ourselves at home with the decorators. So, thank you very much. It's hard to put into words why I love and care for you as much as I do, but I think it's important that everyone here today gets a little insight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Candice, the domestic goddess. Unbelievable. We know that Claire White is like the Mary Poppins in the modern day world, juggling everyday life of being a mum. However, some of Claire's knowledge seems to have missed her daughter. None more so than when Candice recently discovered that the 30-degree dial on the washing machine meant the temperature of the water and not the angle of the dial. Then there's her cooking skills. Her cooking skills first started with toast, nearly burning down the house. Both of us hysterically laughing and crawling our hands and knees to find the nearest exit point. Came as no surprise to me when she asked me what lawnmower do we need for AstroTurf. But it is that craziness that I do love very most about her. Candice has this amazing ability to leave a mark in people's lives, especially around their houses. I'm sure that some of you, I know Ryan at the back there, have had the pleasure of Candice leaving her handprints. Foundation marks, fake tan marks, all around the house. Lashes, hair grips. And it's difficult to understand why anyone wouldn't want to marry a girl who has conversations with Henry the Hoover on a Sunday morning. It is those endearing qualities that sometimes. Okay, next, and probably the bit I love most, is Candice the Traveller. We've had many trips away: Venice, Rome, Paris, Egypt, Tenerife, some in England, one of which was a spa day here at Wynyard. I'll never forget Candice's advice about when you're in a hot tub outside and it looks like it's going to rain, then it's important to duck your head inside the hot tub to stop yourself from getting wet. Always caring, always caring. We've also been on a cruise together, haven't we? Well, when I say cruise, I mean what can only be described as a modern-day equivalent of the Titanic, which was the DFDS boat, is that what it's called? Also known as a death trap. Candice showed me her thoughtfulness by smuggling alcoholic beverages in the inside of her onesie. And I remember seeing it, it was a scene from like a horror movie, and me clinging on to Candice for dear life. She showed me her thoughtful qualities, though, and eased my suffering when she discovered untouched cocktail drinks on an empty table next to us. She led me over to the table and offered me the cocktail. Loved it. Also, I'll never forget when Candice and I travelled to Egypt. Whilst travelling to the beach, she spotted what she thought was a tourist attraction in the distance. You know, those sort of slingshot rides that you get in Ibiza and Napa and the rest of it? I spent the rest of the afternoon at the beach explaining to Candice about the difference between a slingshot ride and a mosque.
You can enjoy one.
We then experienced our first New Year's Eve holiday. Crazy New Year's Eve, wasn't it? Both tucked in bed by 10 p.m. As neither Candice or I knew the Egyptian words for mate, my miss is going to be sick, where's the nearest toilet? And therefore she whipped her party hat off in a crowded bar, threw up in the hat, and handed the man a soggy, collapsing hat, leaving us to retreat to the bedroom at 10 p.m. Romance at its best, wasn't it? Now, probably the most important part. The following year in Egypt, this was when I realised it was true love between Candice and I. Surprisingly though, I was made aware of this through a camel. Camel, we've all had those moments. It's strange you may think that, not to me, not to Candice, not the camel or the unsuspecting camel owner. Neither of us were surprised. As we hopped on board a slightly disgruntled looking camel, made our way into the desert with the sun going down, everything was perfect. There was a gentle breeze, paradise for as far as the eye could see, the smell of warm camel in the air. When Candice suddenly turned to look at me, you know what's coming. Looks deep into my eyes. That's that look when someone gives you when something special is about to happen. And she uttered the words, Marcus. I said, yes, Candice. I think I saw myself. Now with that, the tour ended and I found myself in a toilet with a pedal bin at one end of Candice and the toilet at the other. True love. Claire's looking at me like, oh, I can't believe my son-in-law. So, yeah, no, Candice, you know I do not convey emotion easily, or indeed very often. But I hope my gestures and actions show how much you mean to me and how much I love you. I just hope that I can continue to make you as happy as you make me and help us achieve everything we want in the future. You truly do bring out the best in me, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you.
In Hartlepool.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please can you be outstanding for a toast to my wife, to Candice. Thank you, everyone. Now, I could be, you can sit down. I could be here all day telling bad jokes, fabricating and exaggerating stories, but you know what, instead, I'd leave that to my best man. Ladies and gentlemen, Raymond Nguyen.
No, I'm to see them, not them to see them. Tom, you can sit there. I'm right. That's what you're doing, mate. Right, so the result is now I've got to follow these two that have thanked everyone. I'm not thanking anyone. I'll probably thank Marco if he doesn't throw a Greg's dummy at me. I've got me out ready. What do you do about heckling? I says, I don't know, you're all northerners, I'm not going to understand what you say. Right, here we go then. I have cue cards. They have paper. We have two reprobates, as you know, Dan and Tom. They laid that I could include the guys because they wanted to do a speech and then can Raymond do it. So with that, Tom's got the cue cards, and Dan, the special guy, you don't know this, but with a baby bell skin, he can make Gandalf the Grey. So, because Jeff and Claire have done such a wonderful day in the spread, he has your mission, and you are going to choose it, is that you're going to make one of your figurines for Jeff and Claire to keep for the rest of their time. That's your job.
You ain't going to want to keep this. I promise you.
So anyway, here we go. Let's start. We've had all the bits, the soppy bits. This is what my son's turned out to be. A well-rounded, honest, dependable kind of guy. Nothing like me at all. His friends, which really he couldn't have gone life, without. Stand up, guys. The ones from the south. If you can stand up, come on. This is in a circle. These are his friends that will do anything for him, and he will do anything for them. These are the ones. And then you have their other halves. Sit down, guys. Stand up, girls. And these are the girls that have to put up when you stop. All right, okay. That's the end of my... I've got no soppiness with this. We've had all the soppy business. All right. Next card. The birth. A quiet affair. The end result was two midwives pushing down his bum, an auxiliary pushing her shoulders, the obstetrician with forceps, me holding the obstetrician's wrists, and she said, when we lean back, and then she said, it's not enough, so we got the Irish Sheppey tug-of-war team, and there was a JCB in the field. So all for you women that are now going to go, ooh, he came out at £10.11. I told you. Well, he was a little bit of a colour, so we had to go into an incubator, which are for premature babies. I knew where Marcus was. He goes, oh, well, there he is. There's the guy. So, next one. It's a bit thing, but, it'll get in the end. I'll get into the sun. Marcus's little photograph thing. This is Marcus' potty training. Can I wee on the rabbit? Does that include it? I really don't like this weather, can we move to Hartlepool? This is a damn sight better. Yeah. Look at this guy, eh? And his brother that can't get a tan. Can I wee in this house? Eh? If you look, somebody's wee. He's got his hand up. Can I go have a wee in there? First go at driving, look at the tongue. If you ever watch Marcus studying, the tongue will come out. Look at that. He loved me. There's no reducing to the character that he was at that stage. Look, goes to school smart, comes back like that. How cool is he looking? Shellsuits. He lived up to anything. He did. That only had a quick wash, it was back on the line again. Marcus's first go at karaoke. We were good. He had a checkered past. Haven holidays, I didn't mind always taking pictures of the girls that we fancy. As you can see. Yeah. There he is. He liked sports, but he could never get another person for the five-side team. He tried a lot. Birthday cakes. Yep, done that. Fishing. Now, I can't take the mickey out of this fishing. This is when he started. This is what he won in 1 year. He won those trophies, not the little boy, and the CD player. There he is again. This is what he's won.
End of the tie, that, mate. End of the tie.
And that's what he won in 1 year. Now, that you can see how old he is. That's for people under 16. And he won that. If you look at him putting crabs, but he's still got gel on his hair, that always has to look good.
Yeah.
And then, as we all know, the colour that he always becomes. How skinny he is, you know.
Absolutely. You mix up.
You've always got to look at the hairstyles. Look at the hairstyle.
Animal.
There we go. These are holidays in the drinking years. He wants to be
Yeah, what a good haircut that was, man.
They get worse.
And he calls Candice.
Where's that Barney? Where's that Barney? Take that Barney.
They look well sober, don't they? Let's take a sensible picture and send it to our girlfriends. I'll send that one to my boyfriends.
Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison.
No gel at that concert. That's scary, isn't it? Here we go. Look at all the eyes. They're scary, aren't they? Eh? And Marcus's teeth, yeah. You're drawn to them straight away, aren't you? Tommy. Look at their hair. It's going up further and further. It gets to Jedward at one stage.
Yeah, I think so.
Look, he's still got gelled hair. In Africa, there isn't anybody for 600 miles and he still has to put gelled hair in.
Oh my god, look at me, Julia. Can I just pin?
I think the pictures say it for themselves, really. That one and the hair's getting bigger and bigger again. Look at that hair at the front there.
You done a stretch, Sarah? I've done a stretch. Yeah, I've done a stretch, Sarah.
There's no muscles there, you know, Marcus. Look. Okay, that's it. So that was a serious bit. That's the stopping it. Now, like you done with Candice and everything else, and me, he crucifies you. So, yeah, I have a few as well. I do. Marcus is drinking from a young age. Okay. At about 14, he went to a house, at a housewarming party, and there were the rumbles. Now, on the island, you don't muck about with rumbles, okay? They're the ones. And he went to the housewarming party. And then I got a phone call. Could you come and pick your son up? He's drunk. I went up to the house. He was escorted out. I was told in the journey of him getting up the path that he'd thrown up all over the pink carpets, the clean sofa, across the TV, the CD and everything else. And I opened the door and he got in and he went, I went, sorry? He said, parents' worst nightmare. I went, what? He said, phone call, come get your son, he's drunk. I went, yeah. He said, can you tell me off tomorrow? He says, I feel crap. Which I didn't have to say because I watched the 3 days of hangover and everything else. Then, as long as he came and met the reprobates, Tom and Dan, where they then got banned from school trips for going to the Loire Valley, escaping from the dormitory, going down to the lake, getting rat-faced and threatening to beat the teachers up when they come down to collect them. the visit home was, Dad, I don't think I'll be going on any more school trips. You'll be getting a phone call. And then we see the same parents at school. Next one. So, Marcus started off as an entrepreneur. About 6, he bought a couple of pregnant guinea pigs and then decided to breed them and sell them at the pet shop for 25p, which wasn't too bad. Next one. Finance. Now, I said to the boys, I treat you both the same. You get the same. But of course, there was 3 years difference. So Marcus's thing on finance was, you treat us the same. So every time his birthday came round when they got their pocket money raised, I'd be told about RPI, CPI, the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, how the FTSE's doing and what the GBP of growth would be, and he should have another £3. And that's how it went. Climate control. If you've been round, you haven't been round his house yet. When he lived with us, it was 25 degrees, in a pair of shorts, TV, lights on, everything else, and Dad, isn't it cold in here? Put a jumper on. You go over to his house now, and the central heating's at 15. And it is, seriously. If you want to go there, go with a jumper. If you get to stay the night, you get a slot TV. And then we come on to spiders. What a brave lad. For so many years I used to hear, Anne, there's a spider. But by the time he'd come out of the room, told Dad and gone back in, it's gone. So then he's standing there. Have you found it, Anne? Can't sleep. Can't sleep. Have you found it yet? And then I go, what are you doing? I phoned her up. I said, what are you doing? I'm trying to get a spider out of Marcus's room. What? Well, Candice is the same as Anne now. She's the one who goes and picks up big buttons and throws it out. And so, yeah, not brave at all with the spiders. Go. Then we come to the driving. Dad, can you teach me how to drive? Yeah, 20 minutes. I spent 20 minutes in the car with him and said, I can't do this. I said, you can't do that. He says, what are you doing? I said, I've got a licence. He said, well, you can't do it. You're doing 50, we're supposed to be doing 30. And that's where it went. And then he got his licence. And he got a flat tyre. And I'm sitting in the room, and I looked out, and there's 5 of them out there. So after about half an hour, I went out there and I said, what are you all doing? We've got a flat tire. I said, yeah, we know how to do it. I said, what? I said, we know how to do it. I said, there's 5 of you. Yeah, but it's on camera. I said, so what happened was, the end result was 5 guys, the RAC, the police closing the road off, so that they could change the tyre. And then the logic of also that winter was coming, and so therefore that was a good idea to put antifreeze in your screen wash, so that your screen wash didn't freeze. Then came in and said, no, I can't see out your windscreen. I said, what have you done? He said, I'll put that good stuff in there. We don't want it freezing up, do you? Really? And then he got to older drinking, which was in Barbados, the Jolly Roger. And I said, Stan, these are you again. I said, pace yourself. He said, I'll be there all the time. I went, all right. He said, I'll be there to the end. I went, okay. And at the end of the cruise, all rum and everything else, he said, I've done it. I went, yeah, okay, then you're going to collapse. And the turned around and there's 2 crew members carrying him to the bus. And then for the 40-minute journey, he had his arm hanging out the window of there, get rid of what he had, and run along there with Anne pulling his arm in every time a bus went. We then dropped him off under a palm tree, thinking he'd do all right. And then the cleaners put him to the room where he threw up over a bed, and then put the bed outside, got the other guy that was there, so he had to sleep in the sick bed while even Dan was asleep. So there's yeah, next one. And now, because mine's short and sweet, this is the M1. Marcus is an IT teacher. Every year, I live in a house at the end of the town, and I am surrounded by 208 degrees. So every time I put the Christmas lights up on the balcony, they get blown down. So on Facebook and everything else, we can't wait for Father Newman to put his Easter mess up. So I thought, okay, I'll nail it. So I nailed it all, I bought loads, and then we said we're having a big Christmas switch on from a northern celebrity. So knowing Candice how Candice is, I said, why don't we make a shoebox, cover the shoebox, get a toilet roll, put a toilet roll in it, and one over the top, and have a plunger. And then says, I'll stick some wire out, and we can say it's Wi-Fi. So Candice came down, Marcus came down. I said, we've got it, it's outside. And the plan was that when we count to 3, I put my arm down, and Candice put the lights on. So we're outside the house. 1, 2, 3, I put my hand down, lights come on. Candice said, there was a bit of a delay. I said, yeah, because we're not near the router. I said, it takes a bit of a delay for the thing to come. So we're all laughing. I think that's great. But a week later, Marcus came to me and he said, you know that transistor Wi-Fi thing you made last week? Sorry? He says, that transistor thing, you know, with the Wi-Fi, you know, the Wi-Fi light thing. I said, that was a joke. He went, oh, I've told a class I'm coming back with a basic transistor. Really? And that's how he's been. He's a lovely fella. I've got no more to say. Thanks, Marco, for those sausage rolls. They're a lovely couple. I'm proud. I'm glad to be up here with you Northerners. You know, you're open-armed, open friendly. Sorry?
You move for Iranian?
No, it's too cold. Not good for the hips. No, I can't thank enough for all of you friends, all of your family, and when we come up, we do feel part of it. You've got enough crazies, party goers, and only a couple of sensible people, which is right down our street. Yeah. And tonight, I think it's going to be wonderful. Yeah. And so, all you have to do it to the bride and groom. Here ended my lesson. Dan, you've got to be guilty.
Oh, well, I just realised, cheers to that, we've got the presents we've forgotten about. To Jeff and Claire, thank you. I should have had that at the time. And is this at the front? Come on down, thank you. Cheers, Jeff. Cheers. Right, so, oh, my mum's flowers. And thank you. Okay, so are we finished? Yeah, it's party time now, so let's get drunk, let's have it, and the bar's open as long as we want, so yeah, let's show these we're not soft southerners, alright? Let's have it. Right, now have a good evening everyone, thank you very much.
Be there to take my place when I'm gone. You need love to light the shadows on your face. If a great wave shall fall, it'll fall upon us all. And between sand and stone, could you make it on your own?
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome along to the wedding celebrations of Candice and Marcus as well. Please give a big round of applause for the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Newman! Right, take yourselves ready down there, just about to take a photograph as well and cut the cake down there, so go on you two. Let's do it like you mean to. It's going to be like Fleet Street, this. Get the flashes going.
Right, ready when you are.
Give a big cheer, a big round of applause. Congratulations!
Congratulations and celebrations when I tell everyone that you're in love with me. Congratulations and jubilations. I want the world to know how happy it's for me. Who would believe that I could be happy and contented?
Let's go.
I used to think that this hadn't been invented, but that was in the bad old days before I met you. When I let you walk into my heart. Congratulations and celebrations when I tell you.
Lovely, so right, make your way into the middle of the dance floor.
Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, we move into the fast dance right now. Beautiful song. Nathan Sykes. Over and over. So once again, as we start this tune, please give a big cheer.
From the waves
take your seats, ladies and gentlemen, just for the time being, because coming up right now we have got some international star cabaret all the way from Las Vegas. If anybody's been down at Las Vegas and stuff like that, and you've seen the entertainment that goes on down there. I'm going to pass it on to the ladies down there. All right then. It's like we're looking through the window.
I'm Mary. Hi everyone, as you all probably know, we are Candice's and now Marcus's three sisters. And even though we had a very important role within the wedding as maid of honour and bridesmaid, somehow when it came to the speeches, we never made the cut. But anyway, we decided to do our own speech in our own special kind of way. So, Candice and Marcus, this is for you both. Thank you for letting us be a part of your special day. We love you both very much. Okay, ready? But our poor dad don't know how he did it. Just like us all since day one, when Marcus always returned, good luck and have fun. Always be good and always be nice. And remember one thing, you're wrong, she's right. Mary and Marcus will be just fine. We're back to Hartlepool for a good time. All we've been together and what we've been through. Candice and Marcus, we really love you.
undertakers. Oh, come here. I was going to say something. I've got to ask a question just before we go down here. That was amazing, absolutely amazing. Listen, how long did it take you to do that?
About a month.
10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Did it take you a month to do it?
No, 10 minutes.
What brought the idea on?
All of us just like to be not different.
Just different.
Just different.
All right, I'll tell you what, they're absolutely, wasn't that absolutely amazing, ladies and gentlemen? Give them up because the White Sisters. All right, I'll tell you what, there's going to be someone in there, isn't there? Absolutely amazing. Well done.
our beautiful daughter Candice and her husband Marcus. I wish them all the luck and happiness in the world, and we'll always be there for them.
Marcus, welcome to our family. I'm proud to call you son you are. Candice, you look absolutely gorgeous, I've already said it. Health and happiness to you all.
Well, Candice and Marcus, congratulations on this day. We are so proud of the two of you. Just enjoy life. Life is a book. Fill it up with joy.
And make sure it's that thick. Congratulations.
I have nothing to say.
Oh, come on.
I'm recording now.
Yep.
Congratulations, guys. We love you.
Love you loads. Congratulations.
We're supposed to say something nice and have the couple. I'm incapable of that. I'm now lost for words.
Right, Candice and Marcus, I'm with the Queen of the Night herself, Gloria. And what do you want to say, Glor?
I'm very pleased to be getting married, Candice. You're going to be your grandmother. So, good luck in all the future, all the luck in the world, and enjoy yourself looking down south.
There we go, yeah, good time, Candice. I'm down south, so I'm sure I'll see you soon. So have a brilliant, brilliant marriage. We're really proud of you, aren't we?
Yes. Woo!
Oh, do you know?
I don't know what to say, mate. I don't know what to say.
Congratulations, Candice and Marcus. That's it.
I second that. Congratulations to you both. You make a beautiful couple. Good day.
Yes.
Marcus, Candice, absolutely fabulous. Fabulous day. A little bit drunk, as you can see, because I'm slurring a little bit.
Chocolate down his chin.
We both look fabulous. Yeah, chocolate down his chin after dinner mint. We've really enjoyed ourselves, and thanks a lot. And I hope the rest of your life is full of laughter and a bag of laughs.
Thank you very much for the invite. I loved every minute. Being one word, amazing.
We're not actors.
Love yous. Thank you so much for inviting us, Candice and Marcus. It's been an absolutely beautiful day. What a gorgeous bride you were. Lovely day. Thank you so much.
I'll just say what Sharon already said for me. Well done. Congratulations.
All right, congratulations, Marcus and Candice. Been a great day. Wish you all the best, and I wish Jeff the best luck. Now we've only got 3 to go.
Gorgeous bride. What are you doing? Gorgeous bride. Handsome groom. Make a gorgeous couple. We've had a fabulous day.
Congratulations, Jeff. Congratulations again.
It's not
Jeff. No. Not Jeff. Tell him that.
Candice. Congratulations, Candice.
She says it better than me anyway. Okay. We'll keep going. That's all right, that's it.
Is that it?
Bright day, lovely beer, lovely couple. Don't know what to say.
Wish you happiness for the rest of your life. Thank you for letting us be a part of your special day. When do we start?
Now.
Oh, hi! Congratulations, Marcus and Candice. Candice, you make the most beautiful bride I've ever seen in my life.
Marcus, most handsome groom.
If I do say so myself.
Of course.
We wish you all the best in the future and good luck.
Marcus just agreed to everything. It'd be easier, a lot easier, believe me.
Congratulations, Marcus.
Congratulations.
And Candice. Hope you're very happy in the future together. You make a great pair.
Beautiful couple, lovely venue, perfect day. Thank you very much for the invite.
Thanks for having us.
Congratulations, Candice and Marcus. This is from the Saggy Titty crew. We wish you all the best for your future together.
And Naomi, please give us a couple of years to save up for Ibiza again.
Definitely.
Because the Saggy Titty crew will be down to their knees by then.
We'll need them done.
Love and happiness.
Oh, you'll go along.
I just want to congratulate our Candice and Marcus on their wedding today. It's been absolutely beautiful, a lovely day. And I hope they're always as happy as they are today.
Congratulations to the happy couple, Candice and Marcus. Thank you so much for letting me come. Love from Amy.
I'm on now. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah? Oh, okay. Just want to say congratulations to one of my bestest pals, Marcus. You look fantastic. Candice, you looked alright, but it will do. Do you want to say anything?
Congratulations.
That's it. But, a bit shit. But no, congratulations. Hope all the happiness and all that love. Yeah. Oh, that'll do. Yeah. Cut it, mate. That's rubbish. Yeah? Thank you.
Bad Boys 2.
500 days of summer and for heaters. Love you, son. Let's go.
Great wedding, loved it. You both look gorgeous, and congratulations, and have a good future together.
I'm just nothing a minute. Right, well, Tommy didn't want to speak, so let's go down, Tommy. Go on.
Good night. Congratulations, Marcus and Candice.
Is that it?
Congratulations, Candice and Marcus, from love from Johnson's.
That's very great.
Cheers.
Are we on? Yeah. Oh, is this a video? Yeah, it's not called a video. Congratulations, Candice and Marcus. Chin chin. Congratulations on your big day.
That sounds like a mute. Congratulations.
Lifetime of happiness and all that. Congratulations.
Congratulations for the happy couple, you know. Right.
You ready?
Let's start.
Right.
Well, Candice is, she's my oldest niece. She's been fantastic. She's been brought up with my two daughters, and she's been fantastic. Whatever, you know, through the trials and tribulations of life. I mean, her mum, our Claire and Jeff, have been fantastic, and they are fantastic people. And
you just wish you just
even though she lives down south now, and my two daughters live down south, they keep in touch, and they absolutely adore each other. And my grandsons totally adore all my nieces. So that's the best thing ever. Thank you very much.
what we wish them is a wonderful, wonderful life together.
Oh, by the
and
way,
I'm sure they'll have
so do I. So do I.
That's it.
So do
Hiya Candice and Marcus, thank you so much for a lovely day. Hope you all many happy returns and lots of many years together.
Yeah, agreed. Lovely couple.
Love you.
Thanks for the day.
Love you always.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Candice and Marcus. Enjoy being married. Love you. Bye.
Right, are you ready? Yeah. Are we on? Yeah. We're in two. Congratulations, Marcus and Candice. Hope you have a lovely life, like me and Julie have. As you know, my parents are Italian. My father used to always say this thing: quando hai ragione, non aver paura. That means when you're in the right, never be afraid. I've got my own marital advice for you, son. Quando hai ragione, non aver paura, ma quando marito sta zitto e sei niente. And that means when you're in the right, don't be afraid, but when you're married, say it out and just shut up. Good luck, the parents.
Congratulations.
Nice. I know Marco's just been and spoke a bit of Italian. I can speak Italian. Brody! Congratulations.
Thank you very much for the invite. Health, love and happiness to you both. Congratulations. Can you say that word? Right, well just look at the camera, Mommy said. Right, are we ready? Congratulations, Candice and Marcus. Thank you for a fantastic day. Is that alright?
Cheers.
Congratulations!
All the best. Love you both very much. And here's to the happy couple, eh?
Thank you for having us on such a special day. We love you both.
It's a video.
Right, nice and loud.
Congratulations, Candice and Marcus. We hope you have a long and happy life together. We've had an amazing day, right? Congratulations, Candice and Marcus. We've had an amazing day. You're the most beautiful bride and groom. Even though we made up that we stole the show. With our singing speech, we stole the show. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day. We love you both very, very much. We love you lots.
colors and promises. How to be brave, how can I love when I'm afraid to fall? Watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you, darling. Don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 Time stands still, beauty in all she is. I will be brave, I will not let anything take away standing in front of me. Every breath, every hour has come to this. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you, darling. Don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. All along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 One step closer. One step closer. I've died every day waiting for you, darling. Don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. All along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 Sometimes I feel like throw my hands up in the air. I know I can count on you. Sometimes I feel like saying, Lord, I just don't care. But you got the love I need to see me through. Sometimes it seems the going is just too rough. And things go wrong no matter what I do. Now and then it seems like life is just too much. But you got the love I need to see me through. When food is gone, you are my daily need. Oh, when prayers are gone, I know my you love, you live. But you've got the love I need to see me through.